Hey guys, to celebrate the birthday of our esteemed founder and CEO, Anthony Morocco, this month, I'm beyond thrilled to dive into this video and unveil the captivating history of Morocco Method. Discover what makes our company truly exceptional, boasting over 50 years of excellence in crafting the healthiest and most natural hair care products worldwide. Enjoy part 2 of this series.
So how did I ever come up with a lunar hair calendar? There was these 3 Brazilian women who used to come to Kenneth to get their hair cut. So she started telling me about in South America, for thousands of years, they only got their hair cut doing lunar cycles. Well, I became absolutely enthralled by such an idea. Each month, depending on what I wanted to do to my client, I could do lengthening or strengthening or thickening or root work or beautifying. And then when I got to Europe, I started asking the local hairdressers about if they cut through the lunar cycle. And a lot of them said, oh, yes, of course. And so we started sharing stories, which even brought me into a more advanced structure of the lunar calendar. Being told it's been done for thousands of years. It goes back to Cleopatra. What was the first hair care products I personally developed and created? I started buying some of these ingredients, actually formulating them in my apartment, and then using them on my friends and neighbors. Of course, all the ladies in my building, free shampoo, we'd love to try them out. But then when I got to Italy, I started realizing the formulations with the villagers that I was working with. And then a little bit when I was in Paris, I started working with a few other botanists there, and then the coup de grace was England. I realized that I was creating fire, apple cider vinegar, sea, marine protein, earth, of course, the earth, pine shale, air, and the heavenly essence. So I created 5 different types of shampoos. And then I've also created the conditioners, 5 different conditioners, fire, air, earth, water, ether. My passion is to basically do whatever I can for the individual as much as possible to bring you back to whatever stage you want to go into natural hair and stopping hair loss and growing your hair back. So when I came back to America, I came back to Boston. I was actually creating shampoos and conditioners myself, making them, formulating them, putting them in bottles, not with labels. So in 1979, I came out from Boston and I wound up in San Diego. And from San Diego, I drove up the coast and I remember hitting Laguna Beach and I said, this is it. This is it. So now that I had a home, the whole downstairs I turned into a salon and the backyard I turned into a meditation garden where my clients could come. One lady came from LA. She used to go to Kenneth's back in the day. She was a debutante. She went back to LA and told all of her friends, which put me on the map.
You ever have a bad hair day?
The hairdresser on the cutting edge of astrology. He can read your hair horoscope.
The full moon is going to be in the right place for Larry. That's the strongest point of the year for him. And sometimes a full moon is no good. It could actually burn the roots, so it's not a good day to cut.
July 13th, 1987, I was interviewed and put into People magazine, the rich and famous that were coming down to me from all over the East Coast, the West Coast. I had clients actually starting to fly in from Australia, Chicago, Florida, even New York. I realized that I had a very big following and it was time to massively formulate them into volume. So I looked around to find a manufacturer that I could trust. I would go up to LA, I went up to San Francisco at the time, down to San Diego, to different factories. I realized that they were all doing chemicals, making all the hair care products. But eventually I found one that I trust. So he started formulating the shampoo and it came out really good. So I gave him the 2nd, then the 3rd, then the 4th, then the 5th, and the conditioners. And then I started selling them to not only to my clients, but to health food stores in Orange County. We now have our own factory, made in the USA, all wildcrafted ingredients from all over the world. And of course, the most natural ingredients the world, Mother Nature can afford us. So the question is, what makes Morocco Method the most natural hair care line in the world? When I started back in the 70s making my own products, I vowed that all of my ingredients would be truly botanical and marine based. Nothing would be made in a laboratory. And I've kept that promise. We get wildcrafted ingredients. So what does that mean? It means that in the wild, that the natives, wherever they live in the world, they go out into the forests or the deserts or the jungles and pick ingredients that grow naturally. So there's no seeding, there's no harvesting. So these are the types of exotic ingredients that we still get from all over the world to create Morocco Method International, which truly is, and it always will be, 100% natural ingredients from nature, nothing made in the laboratory. So it's very important to me to educate anyone and everyone who is willing to go natural. It's very important. Our health is our wealth. This is my motto. So my hair care products and all my clients, I have hundreds of thousands of clients. They tell me, never change your formulas, never stop making these products. There's nothing like it in the world. My mission, my life statement, my desire is to maintain this company as the most natural hair care line in the world. We all want to be really educated to the point where we understand every ingredient that we're putting on our body. Go to my website, MoroccoMethod.com. We have all this educational literature on how to read ingredients, which ingredients are really natural, which are not. The rest of my life is dedicated to educating anyone and everyone who wants to be healthy, happy, and strong.